Everybody, and welcome to Ed Tech Chat and Chew, episode number 22. Awesome. And today we're going to be talking about personalized professional development. We've all sat in one of those professional development experiences where we probably could count the number of yawns that we've had because it wasn't relevant, or it was some sort of just an issue that made it like, why am I here? So why not take that opportunity to create an experience for ourselves to grow professionally and connect with other educators with the same like-minded sense and so forth. So that's our topic today. Always with me is our friends from around the country. Micah, right from my own district. And you'll see that we're on the road today. We're in Southeast Kansas attending an event for Google Play for Education. Awesome, by the way. Okay.
Oh, you have to tell us more about that. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, okay. Mike from Pennsylvania.
Hi, everyone.
And then our friends from Texas, Andrea.
Hello, hello.
And Karen.
Howdy.
All right, we're going to kickstart it off with Andrea, because Andrea about a year ago has come up with this idea of tech challenges to help people build their tech skills and do a little pedagogy at the same time that took off like exorbitant amounts of awesome. So, Andrea, I'm going to pass it over to you first.
Well, thank you. So, and actually, our Tech Formers United, which is our tech challenges on the Facebook page, has we've all been kind of off in our own little worlds this year. So hopefully we'll get that started back up in the next month or so. But yeah, I started doing tech challenges because I realized that teachers often have way too much stuff on their plate. So I created tech challenges that were simple, short, and to the point. But then teachers could then take those and do them in their own classroom. So if I was say there's like a Discovery Education Network using one of their Connect Discovery Education Networks. So it showed how they could use it for science class, but also how they could use it for math, social studies, language arts. But then I also went into how they could use it for kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And that's how I did it on my campus. And of course there was prizes for if you won or whatever. And then we started pushing those challenges as well out to Tech Formers Unite, which is, I think about 700 people are on that website right now that can do these different challenges. So.
That's awesome. Andrew, did you find that your teachers stuck with some of, like, if they did something for a challenge, was that something that they used going forward? Did you find there was a lot of carryover?
You know, when I first did the challenges, they were all gung-ho, and I had lots of teachers do them. So I think those first ones that I did use, they definitely hung on to. After that, you know, it kind of tapers off just like anything because, well, testing gets involved and life gets involved. So, but the things that I did push out and I had teachers participate in, they definitely then felt like they had that in their back pocket to use in other situations for other things.
Andrea, how did you get your door prizes or your prizes for the tech challenges?
So I just contacted companies because I had 4 months. This is last year. This year I've been doing a little bit different. But I had 4 months, and so one was it was highly encouraged, which also meant required, like fill out your Star Chart survey. And so then one was science-based, and one was data-driven, and one was a Web 2.0 tool. So I tried to do 4 months. And then I contacted different companies, and I just said, hey, I'm doing these challenges. Can you send me some swag? However, you need to always make sure you're following district policy because that was something that was asked for forgiveness later. Because now I cannot do that because since it's like a gift that you're giving a teacher, they can actually get taxed on it, even if it's swag, like T-shirts. And of course every district's probably different, but it is like giving a gift to a teacher, so it can, yeah, things I find out later.
You guys know a way around that?
Well, what we talked about doing was donating the stuff to our PTA, and then our PTA then donate it to the teachers, but that's still kind of hard, so now what I'm doing is a tic-tac-toe board, and then for one whole row you get a free jeans pass, 2 rows you get a Sonic drink on me, and jeans pass, and then the black out of the board you get Sonic drink, a free jeans pass, and lunch on me. So I'd like to go back to, but then again too, if I go back using the different companies, then I'm only doing a tool rather than the whole concept of creativity and let's think outside the box. So anyway.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, and similar issues with that whole giving swag away. If you host an ed camp at your district, then you can get things after things after things brought in because it's actually going to the event, not to a teacher directly. So
Exactly.
we've discovered some of those pieces. I'm sure you have as well. But go ahead.
Well, there's so many vendors that are totally love because it gets their name out there. So there's some awesome. That's usually my thing that I do for ed camps is I'm the one that says, hey, can you help us out? So vendors definitely want to help because it's just publicizing themselves. But yeah, we do a lot of ed camps, and they're always loving to give for ed camps. So just email them. All they can do is say no.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I mean, I know Diane, you have some tech challenges coming up over the holiday season you're going to speak about. But I think that while we're on the topic of ed camps, there's probably no more personalized and relevant professional development than going to an ed camp. I mean, for those that are unfamiliar with the model, it's basically you show up in the morning. There's a bunch of other teachers who are willing to come and learn on a Saturday. So you've got anywhere from, I've been to ed camps where there's as few as 35 people and others where there's as many as a couple hundred. And there's just empty rooms open, and you find the things that you want to learn about, and you sign up on the board, and there's an empty room, and other teachers come and find you, and you have discussions about the things that you really want to learn, whether it's technology tools or other kinds of pedagogy. We had high school math teachers that got together to talk about different ways to teach calculus at the last ed camp I was at. So, I mean, really, ed camps are, truly as personalized professional development as you can get.
Yep.
Definitely agree. And Andrew, before we pop into our examples, what are some of the feedbacks, some of those sound bites that you have heard from teachers who do your tech challenges?
It of course varies because yes, you're pretty princess teachers and you have your Krabby Patty teachers. It happens. Welcome to working anywhere. So the ones that I have heard, they're like, oh my gosh, my kids really can do this, or oh, hey, I really like this idea. I want to try it in this form or fashion. So I definitely have gotten both styles of feedback. And then sometimes I have the teacher saying, time for this. I get that too. I get that in my person. And that's okay too. They see me, they're like, oh, Andrea, I want to go the other way. I said and every year's a little different, and this year's definitely been a little bit kind of different year. So I have to look at, and that's why I've changed my tech challenges as well. They're more for collaboration with myself, so this way I can offer, because teachers are so busy, so I can offer myself in different ways. So that's kind of how I'm turning my tech challenges. This way I'm more present in the classroom, and the teachers don't feel quite as obligated to learn something new, even though they are going to learn something new because I want to be there. But like I said, last year the ones that participated really enjoyed it and really took off with the things that they did get.
So you inspired me last year. I'm on the Tech Formers United, and so I was a participant, whether you knew it or not. I was just interested. You talked about making it more collaborative and things. Can you talk a little bit more specifically about what they're going to look like this year?
So yeah, so like this year, my November challenge. Hold on, let me grab it actually.
Look at Andrea, all organized with pockets and stuff in her classroom. I just got a pile of junk on my desk.
Oh no, you haven't seen the rest of my desk. It's not as pretty. But like, since I have a tic-tac-toe board, and of course this is also in Google Docs, but I've got teachers that need to print it off as well. So I have 3 down are attend. So I have 2 attend sessions that are like on a Monday, so it's every other Monday, and then I have 1 virtual course. So this way they can choose to do one of those. And then I have I have 2 different book me's, like let me help you turn up a lesson with technology. I also have a share. Stop me in the hallway and share, or send me an email how you've been actually using technology. And then I have connect. So connect with the classroom via Skype, mystery Skype, collaborative project, book study. I have watched, so like I found a tech education video that I liked, and then email me the one that they watched so I can put in my newsletter. And then just share with me what you guys have already been doing. So it's a lot more of them showing me what they've been doing rather than me trying to hunt teachers down and give them kudos. So
yeah, I love that choice that you're giving them, that flexibility. And
thanks for your kind words as well. So we're Tech Formers Unite kind of filtered this last probably around springtime of last year. But like I said, hopefully as we all finally November get caught back up, that we'll have that going again soon.
Well, thank you, because it definitely inspired us.
Aw, you are so sweet.
Well,
So what do you guys have going on in Kansas there?
okay, so we're going to do a screen share.
And I have to bow out, guys. I'm sorry.
All right, that's right.
We'll see ya.
I'll see you later.
We're going to show you what we've actually done. We took her idea and then expanded it because we're actually piloting 18 carts of Chromebooks from first grade clear up to high school. And we knew that we wanted them to not only experience a one-to-one environment, but to be better at what educational technology should look like in the classroom. And so half of our stuff is skill-based, some of it is tool-based, but a lot of it is pedagogy.
Nice.
And just being a good teacher as well. So what we did is we took an Olympics theme. So, and this was actually from another school in Texas, I want to say in Texas, or it was an eMed school in Missouri, I can't remember, one of the two, had a similar model, and so we took that idea, meshed it with Andrea's, and came up with this one. So every week we give them a choice if you want to do a bronze level, silver, gold, or platinum, which like you're pretty much a big deal. And each of these requires a different set of time, but they all cover the same topic. So our first week was just getting them familiar with some of the Google tools, just how to be a better and more efficient researcher with Google. So if you could not spend a lot of time in this, just go visit a website with some Google tips and tricks, where it jumps them out into here, and find some new things that you don't know about Google that you can use to help your students. And that's about 15 minutes of your life. Move up a little bit, about 30 minutes. Move into gold, we're talking 45-ish, and then an hour plus if you go into platinum levels. And each one of these had a different theme. We went from Google tools to blended learning. The creative educator innovator, week 3, focused on
just the idea of creativity in the 21st century classroom, dealing with teachers, just making them think about themselves as facilitators instead of just presenters, and allowing their students to be creative and to let go of some of that control. We talk all the time about how we differentiate for students, as we should, but we've differentiated these challenges for time and for skill level.
And each week they have to post their evidence of completing that particular challenge in our collective Google community, which has been pretty cool. Would you agree?
Agreed. You get all kinds of different perspectives, and it just builds that community and that personal relationship that's unique to professional development nowadays. Like we talked about earlier, who wants to sit through another meeting? That means nothing to me. When we can just bounce ideas pretty much instantly back and forth.
And with the different levels, they get to choose how much time that they want to invest in it. And we do have some that kind of hang out in the bronze level, but that changes week to week.
Yeah.
We went from, my gosh, in 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, I think it was like no time at all. They went from bronze, many of them, to platinum, just like that.
Wow.
And it wasn't, I could say some of them were doing it for rewards, like one of the rewards we had, because we didn't have funding, if we give them drinks from Sonic, we can't pull that out of our own pockets, kind of like Andrea's doing. But that gets expensive when you have 18 people. So we did deals like, you know, you pick a topic that's coming up and we'll do some digging for you, for your class. Would we do that anyway? Yes. But you know what I'm saying? They realize now that that's a service that we offer. And most of them, well, tell them what some of your favorite quotes are after being in it for 8 weeks.
I'm a better teacher because of this. I love teaching again. I love seeing what my students can do without my help. Just that excitement for teaching again.
Wow.
It's been incredible.
Awesome.
It's been incredible. And I know we're running close on time, but let's tell them about the Christmas version.
Okay, so I don't know if you're familiar, but here in Kansas we have a news station called Cake TV. Around this time of year we have something called Santa's Workshop. I grew up coming home from school and watching Santa's Workshop, and on Santa's Workshop is a character called Toy Boy, and he's just kind of the host, little puppet guy. And so we are inspired by Andrea's Christmas challenges, so we're having the 12 Days of a Chromebook Christmas, And joining us will be Chromebook Carl to host our different challenges. And so we have a little elf on the shelf, and he's Chromebook Carl. And we're just going to have fun. My theory with my children when I was a teacher was trick them into learning, and that's kind of what we're going to do. We need permission to have fun and learn and grow as well. So
we're going to be dressing out in the ugly Christmas sweaters, going all out.
Nice.
And every day, it'll be a daily challenge, but something that shouldn't take more than 5 to 10 minutes. Very, very short. And it'll be those things that people should know but may not know, like how to save screenshots, how to save Google presentations as pictures, how to build a Google shortcut using the extension with a QR code. Just those little bitty things, all centered around a classroom environment. So that's our challenge, and we'll be on YouTube, so we'll be glad to share those videos if anybody else wants to play.
Oh, I so totally want this.
Yeah, me too.
All right. So Karen, how do you personalize PD?
Okay, well, I'm just going to talk from a personal aspect. If you're a teacher or just myself, there's no PD for me in my district. I don't ever bring anybody in to teach me. I just kind of have to teach myself. And so I want to share some of the ways that I kind of personalize for myself. One way, if you didn't know, Andover, is it Andover 365, your Facebook page? That's one. Sometimes I'm thinking, I wonder if there's anything cool out there. I'll just do a quick search for their page, and I look at all of the resources that Micah and Diane are sharing, because they share some just great ideas, things that I didn't think of, or resources that I haven't found. So there's a couple Facebook pages that I kind of like to follow, and then there's blogs. I have some favorite blogging teachers, and just recently I needed some kindergarten resources, and I did a search for Matt B. Gomez, because he's just kind of one of my favorite kinder teachers, and I just kind of zipped through his blog while I didn't actually have time. I just made the time for it, 30 minutes, and I was looking through it, and I'm like, wow, these kinder kids are great, and just kind of learning because I just needed some kinder resources, and so just when I need it, free books, free ebooks, things. I'm just kind of looking for teachers that are sharing them, finding those experts. I started collecting blogs using something called Blog Lovin', and I had no idea there was a way to save blogs until a teacher shared, hey, I use this cool little site. And so now I'm just saving blogs there and saving things to my Flipboard and saving things to all sorts of different areas now. But mostly for me, I think personalizing my PD is through Google Plus. There's lots of groups for EdTech, and so if you're looking for a group on smart boards, there's a whole group there. You can ask questions, share things, and learn from people from all over the world. And then, of course, there's Twitter, nice little hashtag, or just a quick search for free ebooks, and all of a sudden I find things that people are sharing and new people to follow. And so for me, being that I'm working really hard throughout the day, and I go home and I have 2 children who require a ton of my attention. For me, a lot of times that PD time is 10:30 at night or 4 o'clock in the morning, and that's when those resources are available all the time.
I can identify with that 4 a.m. thing and the 2 p.m. thing.
Yeah.
But thank you. That was very kind words about our EdTech page.
I love your page. Like it if you haven't liked it yet. You'll see a lot of amazing things there.
So if you're interested, if you just go into Facebook and do facebook.com/edtechk12, that is our page. So thank you.
And I don't know if it was this morning that I ran across it. I think it was. You guys had posted a little Skype for Thanksgiving, and that there was a group in Dublin who wanted to do an exchange. And I was like, oh my gosh, I know a teacher who just emailed me last week and said, I want a Skype experience. And so I tagged her real quick. But just little things I didn't go search Skype in the classroom, but it was a quick little post, and that's, a quick little read, and I knew exactly who to share it with. So, hey, thank you guys.
Okay, Mike, what do you think?
Well, I'm a big believer in individualizing and personalizing professional development. And as a matter of fact, I teach a grad class for our teachers here, focused, the premise of the grad class is to make sure that every teacher is getting what they need out of the class. So, we don't have a set curriculum per se, as other grad classes might, but what I ask is for each teacher to come in. We meet once a month over the course of the entire year, one time per month in person, one time online. And when we meet in person for about 3 or 4 hours, each participant, each teacher is asked to come up with 3 goals that are outside their comfort zone for the upcoming month that they commit to. And so we've got a high school math teacher who's focused on mathematics, and we have elementary teachers who are focused on technology. And I participate myself, so I'll come up with things that are outside my comfort zone. And then we meet the next month, and we report back on how we how we did in accomplishing our goals. And so it's very much personalized because every teacher is getting what they need out of the grad class. And my job as the facilitator of that class is to make sure that teachers have what they need to be able to go and accomplish those goals. And so we talk a lot about finding Twitter chats that are geared towards what you're teaching. So a high school math teacher might use math ed or math chat as the hashtags, and might search out. Cyberman has a list of every educational chat that's going on Twitter. There's hundreds of different chats going on. You could find things on the most nuanced educational topic that you want. You can find the chat that goes along with that. And so we expose our teachers to that, make sure that they have the times that they need. We practice Twitter chatting. Our online meetings start out as Twitter chats using a hashtag that's unique to our district. And in a controlled group of only about 15 people, we invite people in from the outside, and we usually get 2 or 3. But we have a nice controlled group there where our teachers learn how to chat, and then we send them out on their own into the chats that are more relevant to them and more personalized. And that's gone really well. I ran this class last year, and we were able to post evidence from we had teachers in the beginning of the year that ed tech was totally foreign to them. They had never used it before. And by the end of the year, they were using sentences, how they worked on their wiki and incorporated Vokies in there, all of those words that sound funny when you're outside of an ed tech context. They were stringing 3 or 4 of those together in sentences, sharing what their students had done. So for us, that has been a really nice growth for our school to see our teachers participate in that and move forward over the course of the year.
And Mike, I just have to say this because I know there's so many Twitter chats I want to take part in, and they're at like 7 o'clock, or there's a Sat chat or Sunday morning chat, I can't remember, but it's like at 6 o'clock in the morning, the only day I can sleep till 7. So, I still, if you're gonna miss out, if you miss out on them because you have life happening, you can still always do a search for those hashtags, and still, I know it's after the fact, but read up on the conversation and the different things that were shared. And so even if you can't make it to that conversation, which one day I will, give me a little bit of time and I'm going to make it to those chats, but you can still kind of read up after the fact when you do have time. So
yeah, the chat archives are fantastic. For Sat Chat, it moves really fast. There's a lot of people in that one. But the nice thing, Karen, is there's a Sat Chat West Coast edition that instead of taking place at 7:30 East Coast time, takes 7:30 West Coast time. So for me, that's 10:30. For
there
you,
that
would be 9. It wouldn't 10. That would be 8:30 for you in the morning, so that's not too bad.
No.
And the other Saturday morning chat, which I've just exposed my teachers to, is it's hashtag NT2T, new to Twitter chat. But that's because our teachers, a lot of them are very inexperienced in using Twitter. It's a chat just for teachers that are learning how to use Twitter for professional development for the first time. And it moves a little bit slower, and people are much more understanding because they're all in the same boat and newbies. That happens at 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday mornings, and that's a great one to get your feet wet if you've never done it before.
Absolutely, I second that one. It's co-hosted by the company called Fish Tree, which is a pretty amazing little company to explore, and one of the gals, Julie from Eminson, Missouri, actually, forgive me, Julie, but her last name, but those 2 gals are the ones that run the new to Twitter chat on Saturdays. Excellent. And Mike, do you Tweetdeck for those chats?
Absolutely. We go through how to use Tweetdeck, and I mean, if you have a Twitter account, you can sign up for Tweetdeck for free, and it incorporates it in there. But what Tweetdeck allows you to do is to actually have columns. As a matter of fact, here, let me pull mine up. I'll share my screen, and you can see I've got it running in the background right now. Anyway.
Okay, and so while Mike's pulling that up, I just have to say it helped me a lot too. Just using that, you said, did you call it Tweetdeck, right?
Tweetdeck, yeah.
Because if I tried to follow a Twitter feed, I just couldn't find anything. But going through the Tweetdeck, I was able to have a column where people were responding to a tweet that I had, and then following the questions and answers, and it wasn't too much flipping back and forth.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what Tweetdeck looks like, and this is pretty complicated right now. You can simplify it with a lot less columns, but I happen to have a lot going on. But you can see I have a list of Microsoft Innovative Educator Experts from 2015 there. So every time someone in that group posts, that's up there. WaChat is our hashtag from our school that we use when we do our internal chats. Hashtag Skype to Learn and Skype Master Teachers are on there. And if I scroll over, you can see other other columns that are on there. Hold on, let me move that down. So if I scroll over, you can see, PAIMS group and, hashtag for Microsoft Innovative Educator Experts. But you can put in whatever hashtag you want. So if I wanted to add math chat in there, let's say I'm a math teacher, I could add a column. And let's search for hashtag math chat. Okay. And it'll give me all posts going on about math right now. I could add that column in, and you'll see it'll at the end. And right now, math chat in that last column. And as people post about what's going on in the classroom, that'll pop up in your Tweetdeck feed in real time.
Okay, so Mike, if with like the Skype Master Teachers that you and I are both in, and so is Micah, if I wanted to create one for that, because they don't always use that same hashtag, do I just create a group in Twitter first, and then all those people just fall in that column?
You could actually create lists in Tweetdeck. You could do it in Twitter or in Tweetdeck, but you could actually create that list right from Tweetdeck, and put all of those people that you want in there, and then just put it in as a column, and it'll as those people post, it'll automatically come up in that feed.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You walked away with some good stuff today. Awesome.
Yeah, TweetDeck makes Twitter manageable, especially for chats.
Agreed. Well, there's the bell, so it's time to head back. So let's do a quick thing for lunch. Mike, what are you having?
Oh, today was a bad day. I didn't have time to grab my lunch in the morning because I was running late, and so I grabbed a handful of pretzels, and then it was someone's birthday, so there was chocolate birthday cake in the faculty room, and I had pretzels and birthday cake.
Good carbs.
Okay, Karen, what's for lunch?
Chick-fil-A salad, yay!
Micah, what do we have?
We had grilled chicken salad and mashed potatoes.
Yes, they have like this whole catered food thing here. I'm telling you, this Google thing is awesome. And I know we got to run out of time, but just to tell you that if you are a school district that has Google Apps for Education, this summer Google opened up the Google Play for Education website, which is play.google.com/edu. Sorry, yeah, play.google.com/edu. And your admin has to turn it on. But my friends, you can actually rent books, like classroom sets of books for your students. Oh, it's
send videos.
Send videos. Oh yeah, there's goodness coming for everybody.
Wow.
The more we find out, the more we'll share.
So is this
Sounds good.
if you're a Google Apps for Education school?
Yeah.
I feel Karen's pain because my district seems to be very anti-Google right now.
Oh. Well, we'll send you some love, some Google love. Okay?
Yeah, I would appreciate that. That would be great.
Okay, friends, that's all for today. We'll see you next time on EdTech Chat and Chew.
Okay, bye-bye.